Hello everyone, I'm Trisha, it's me Jenny. It's time for another not naked video response to Trisha Hershberger series Naked Truth, where we talk as candidly and as truthfully as possible about a subject of our choosing, straight out the shower, no makeup, wet hair, first take, one take, etc, etc. Most people choose to do it naked, I choose not to, but either way it's not a sexy damn thing, it's a being a vulnerable and honest type thing. And I have been procrastinating on this subject for quite some time. In fact, it has been 2 weeks because of Thanksgiving in America, and you know, even up to right now where I filmed the video on pet names before filming this one, because I still wanted to procrastinate, because in the end, does size matter is a kind of awkward question to answer for someone who does not have currently in my possession a penis. So for me it comes down to, does size matter? I think size is a very small aspect of a much larger situation when it comes to intimate sexual encounters. There are many other physical and psychological factors that play a greater role than size alone. Size can be a factor. There are theories about it being more pleasing for the male or female, or you know, whoever's in that relationship, because it's more pressure, so it, you know, the muscles are more stimulated, and you know, the sensation is better because it is larger, but that's unproven, and as I said, it's a very small factor in a bunch of others that can promise a more successful sexual encounter. A lot of them are psychological, we've talked about those in previous Naked Truths. A lot of them are physical, to do with, you know, making sure that each person is prepared. If it is too large, then there are ways of dealing with that. If it is too small, there are ways of dealing with that that can equally lead to a successful encounter. Like, it doesn't, it's not that big of a factor, funnily enough. If you're talking about aesthetics, again, there are many aesthetics to personal preferences between what people want to see, and size can be an aesthetic quality, but again, there are many other aesthetics to people's preferences of the physical look of genitals. That is literally the only way I can say it. Sorry, I thought an alarm go off. So, you know, if you're talking from a physical success point, it's really a very small factor. If you're looking at it from an aesthetic standpoint, it is equally a small factor. If you're looking at a psychological standpoint, it can be a factor. There can be insecurities on both the male or female side regarding if size being large or small. It can be a psychological factor. The person who is giving can find it daunting if they are too small or too large, and the person who is receiving, regardless of gender, can find it daunting whether large or small. But there are always ways around it. It is a very small factor in all of the issues that are around successful and unsuccessful sexual encounters. There are a lot of other psychological, a lot of other physical, and a lot of other aesthetic qualities that can affect that relationship. And it comes down to communication and, you know, discussing the issues at hand and coming up with solutions if solutions need to be found out. But for the most part, you know, parts go together for a reason. There's not much to worry about. There's very few notable things to really worry about in that context. But yeah, I've been procrastinating on this video and it actually came out pretty well. I used words. I have a splitting headache, so I'm going to go to bed. Thank you for watching. Feel free to comment. I don't know if I've said anything useful. I hope I've said it in a fair way as someone who does not have a penis. And yeah, thank you for watching. Feel free to comment, and I'll see you guys when I do. Bye for now.